Ho, ho, hello. I am Frank Nicotero, and welcome to Punchlines. We're going to have a blast today. Last show before Christmas. But, it's last show before Christmas. But thank you for watching all year. This is, we've really had a blast doing this. Should I zip this up? I'm trying to show that I'm wearing red and green there. There we go. All right, well, I hear music. What is that music? There's music. What is that? We're going to have so much fun on today's show. It's going to be awesome, but it's not going to be as awesome as a guy in a Grinch costume rocking out on the axe. Look at this guy. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, that is
He's wearing
fantastic.
a prosthetic mask. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and brag about that. Uh-oh. Stratton! Now, this is Christmas right here. A rockin' Grinch. I don't know how this man played through all the... Look at that. All right, I have a little secret, ladies and gentlemen. That is our own Jerry, who works on the show. Jerry, we had no idea that you could shred. Look at this.
That went viral on TikTok, right?
I'm trying to make it viral. Everyone play this. And there he is, yes. Jerry, ladies and gentlemen. And he can do the Grinch face without the prosthetic. Jerry, unbelievable. I had no idea. I subscribed to his TikTok and saw these videos of him just absolutely killing on the guitar. So, Jerry, what's your handle on TikTok? Jerry Trevino. Dude, it's G-E-R-R-Y. Jerry Trevino. Lots of videos of him shredding. Anyway, that was awesome, Jerry. I love it. Thank you very much. Anyway, thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next year. I didn't say my catch line. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. Anyway, it's Friday. On the show today, of course, we have Alex. Alex White is here. It's Friday. She's here all day, ladies and gentlemen. And for you folks that are early risers here in the Vegas area, Steph MacKenzie is here because she is the co-host of the highly acclaimed Fox and McKenzie morning show and a friend of Alex's and a gigantic Raiders fan. And you'll see that when we bring her in because she's decked out in Raiders gear. She looks awesome. And very, very funny man, comedy legend. I watched this guy before I even started. Bob Zany, who's performing at Brad Garrett all weekend, will be here in the second half of the show. We have a packed show. Right, Ryan? This is a packed show, man. And Alex... talk about early risers. Like we know Stephanie's an early riser. Alex, you were up early and you were out doing something today.
Yeah, there's an event going on at Allegiant Stadium. It's actually in the parking lot. I thought I was going inside, but that's okay. So it's a food drive, and it's the Just One project. And
it rained a little, he was saying.
It did rain a little bit. Yeah. But I was prepared. I had a good coat.
Okay.
Had my hood on. Nice. But both teams were out there passing out food.
Come on. Oh, here we go. Here's Alex here.
They've got the Just One project going on.
There's a band going on?
Both bands were there.
Families lined up.
When you say both, you mean the Raiders and...
No, this is the Utah.
Oh, this is...
And Northwestern. This is for the Vegas Bowl tomorrow.
For the Vegas Bowl tomorrow. I apologize.
We got Northwestern band over there. Their team should be here soon, too. And we got Utah's band and cheerleaders right down there.
Uh-oh, there's the Utah cheerleaders. Very dear to your heart. Or the UNLV cheerleader. Well, any cheerleader, right.
Yes.
Vegas Bowl every year.
Look at these people. And this was a nice food giveaway, right?
Be a part of it.
That's awesome. And Allegiant Stadium right down the street from us. That's where the Super Bowl will be in like a couple months.
Guess what? Remember the whole meme with the Super Bowl colors and how like the conspiracy?
The red and purple, thinking like Ravens, Niners.
Utah red, Northwestern purple. We might be a little bit early on that, but maybe in 2 months we'll have that happen again here in that same building.
And you know who did that graphic? The greatest handicapper of all time, Nostradamus. We talked about it before. That Nostradamus. We celebrated his birthday on the show. He's good, man. Right? All right. Okay. Today is December 22nd, 2023. It's our last show before Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on Tuesday. Okay, we take Monday off. We're taking Christmas off. I think we've earned that. Although, yeah, that's right. And it's show number 53. It's our 53rd episode. So we're doing 4 next week, which means it'll take us up to 57 for the year. We appreciate you guys watching. What subscriber total are we up to?
We are up to 903.
We crossed 900. That was the goal before Christmas.
900.
Was to get to 900. If we could push for 1,000 before the end of the year, I know that's a little hopeful. We're at 900. When we started the show, we were at 353, I think. So we've added a lot. Of course, actually, Sports by the Book and Race Day Vegas with Ralph is helping out. So I just keep looking at that number. Thank you, everyone. Share this, links of the show, everything. We appreciate it. But it's show number 53. What do you got for us today? We do collages every day, jerseys, players who have worn number 53. What do you got for us today?
So first up, we got Don Drysdale.
Don Drysdale. I mean, come on. This guy was one of the best right-handers ever, definitely in Dodger history. And was also on the Brady Bunch. He was an episode on the Brady Bunch when Greg Brady signed as a bonus baby. Mick Tingelhoff. I know that name. That's a hockey player.
That's a football player.
Football player, Mick Tingelhoff.
He played for the Vikings.
I had that card. That's all I know.
Played for the Vikings, was a center for the Vikings.
He was a center. That's why I know that name. You put in Marquise Pouncey. Yeah, a Hall of Fame center. That was Ben's boy right there. He will go to the Hall of Fame. Brandon Woodruff. Wow, we were scraping the barrel. Not a lot of big 53s, right?
No.
Artis Gilmore right there.
He was a big 53. Yeah.
Is he wearing a Bulls outfit?
Yeah.
Wow. Artis Gilmore. I remember Artis Gilmore. I had a basketball card of him. He led the league in field goal percentage because he was so big. He never left the paint. So he'd shoot, like 70% because he was just throwing it right in. And then who else do you have up there? Who's the last one?
Bo Horvat, the captain of the Canucks.
Yes, of course. That guy, the hockey guy right there that I've never heard of. And then Bobby Abreu for the Phillies. Yeah, he was a hell of a player. And if you look at Bobby Abreu's stats, borderline Hall of Fame. He was never the best player in the league. I think he finished in the top 10 in MVP voting. But the numbers he put up, he was an on-base percentage machine, walks, stolen bases. He was a good ball player. He's probably, he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame, but he was actually a really good ball player. And then Mark. Who's Mark?
Mark Stepnoski.
Stepnoski? Who's that?
Yeah, he was a linebacker for the Cowboys.
The guy with the long flowing hair there?
Yeah.
It's mostly O-line, right, in football?
Yeah, I
Or
mean, there's
even the
defense
centers?
too. I mean, yeah,
O-line,
center,
linebackers.
Pouncey.
But then they changed the number.
Yeah, you could be any
brackets,
number.
So yeah.
Except for linemen. I don't think linemen can do that. Offensive linemen.
They can't go single digits.
Yeah,
but
they can't.
Yeah, they can go, I think, 40s
because then the
to
defense would think it was a
70s
receiver lined up. So yeah, that's the only restriction I think.
offensive
But yeah, not a great list. I mean, we had Pouncey in there. We had Don Drysdale, who, speaking of Dodger right-handers, I don't even want to talk about this signing. So this Yamamoto thing is that's just ridiculous.
It's unfair.
It's not fair, Dodgers. I like the Dodgers a lot. Second favorite team. Reno Paul's basking in the glow, but I don't like it. All right, fast takes. We're going to go to them quickly because we got a lot on the show today. Here comes the graphic.
Begin.
All right, begin. Billy Gardelis, 130 pounds. I saw him talking about it today on TV. 130 pounds. Fast takes, the Detroit Pistons. They were favored last night, Ryan.
Somehow.
They were favored by like 4.5 over the Jazz because the Jazz had a lot of their starting lineup.
Yeah, they didn't have Lauri Markkanen. They didn't have Jordan Clarkson.
They didn't have a ton of guys.
Yeah.
And what happened? Utah still beat them. So this is brutal.
Did that close at 4.5? It was like 1.5 or 2
Yeah,
when
it
we
was
were
2
on the
during
show.
show.
It was 2 during the show? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I saw it jump up. But regardless,
Okay.
why were they favored? The Detroit Pistons, they've won 2 games. They haven't won since before Halloween.
Yeah.
It's almost New Year's, and they probably won't win one of their next 10. They have 2 games with the Nets coming up. But
Close
look at
to.
this bet somebody made. This is a parlay someone made. Not to win another game in the entire season, put $40. It pays out $40,000. Now, is that a good bet? No. Is it fun? It's a great bet,
Absolutely.
and it made the show. And that's Cade Cunningham going, what do you want from me? I'm trying my best.
Yep.
They're not going to win this year, this calendar year. They will. I can do that. I don't know what kind of bet that is, but that's just brutal to just go ahead and place that bet and put it on the internet. I don't know. They won't be. I'm sure they're underdogs against the Nets tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that. That's really sad to be a Detroit Pistons fan. And then did you show the video of the crowd chanting last night?
No.
Yeah, there's video of the crowd chanting as someone was taking a free throw to sell the team. Look how dejected they all are.
Well, that's Lauri Markkanen. That's the
Yeah.
Jazz. Yeah, that's
The Jazz. He didn't play, right. So they were they didn't look. Look, they stopped. They stopped playing in the middle of the game. They just froze. They're like, this shit's ridiculous. Am I allowed to say ridiculous? Okay. Anyway, favorite joke to do. Anyway, sorry about that. The longest losing streak is the Philadelphia Cavaliers and the Sixers both lost 28 games. So they're creeping up on that. And on this day in sports history, the Pacers actually lost their 28th game on the road. Yeah, they were 6-20. They were no good. The Nuggets. Look at that score, though. That's a very Pacer-esque score right now, right? Throwing up. They're getting like 140 every night. We have to start looking at their overs. Have you been looking at?
Yeah, of course.
You love betting on all Indy overs. The Colts. You love the Colts. You love the Pacers. On this day in sports history, we'll quickly move on to last night's game. It was it was a great game, actually. It was an exciting game to watch. The Rams look good. The Rams, everyone's talking about McVay, coach of the year. I don't know about that. But they look good, and they beat the Saints. And Alex, what were you on yesterday?
So I had Saints. I had Rams first half -3, but then on the show on Sports by the Book, I said, if you're looking at the Saints, tease them up to 10 because of their 7 losses, they had only lost 1 by 10 or more. So They did cover that too.
They did coming in the back door. They did. They ended up 30-22. So yeah, 8-point loss. But
you were on the Rams too.
I was on the Rams. I was on the Rams, and then I was also going to parlay them with UNLV running Rebs because they were playing locally, and forgot to hit the submit button. It happens.
And the Rebels won by like 16.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't. Of course, that never happens on a loss. It happens very infrequently on a loss. But yeah, so I didn't win the bet, but I had the Rams straight, so I did win. So there you go. I had a winner last night. Speaking of Michael Thomas, who used to be the best receiver in the NFL, has just like disappeared as a Saint. I know he's been hurt. Signed a huge deal, and on this day in 2019, he made his 144th catch. I mean, that's insane. Of course, he had Drew Brees feeding him the ball. That looked like it was short. They called a touchdown. Looked like his knee was down.
They called it a touchdown, but then they
did reverse it.
Yeah.
See those referee eyes of mine? See that? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's such a great player. I mean, he signed that huge contract, and I mean, I looked last night. He didn't even have a catch, but was he even? I don't even know if he dressed. He was naked on the sideline. I'm not really sure what that means. Anyway, congratulations. Baseball birthdays. Let's move on quickly before we bring Steph in. This guy was a nemesis of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Steve Carlton, one of the greatest left-handers of all time. Happy 79th birthday to Steve Carlton. Played for, look at that, he played for like 25 years, 23 years. Played for a lot of teams, ended with like the Twins and White Sox. I only can envision him in a Phillies uniform. One of the best left-handers of all time. Now, he won the Cy Young in the 70s with the Cardinals, I believe, or the Phillies, sorry. He had 27 wins, and the team only had like 50 or 60 wins. It is the biggest percentage that a pitcher has ever had of wins of a crappy team. Over 4,000 strikeouts. This guy dominated the Pirates, won a World Series ring in 1980, and first ballot Hall of Famer, 95%. 5% left him off their ballots. I don't know why. He did hate the media. He never talked to the media. And after he retired, he did go on to say some pretty crazy things. So if you want to look that up, he started saying the whole world was run by this cabal of people. Can you say cabal? Is that the right word?
I don't know.
Go Google that. Anyway, Steve Carlton, he won like 27 games and won the Cy Young. And they only won like 60 games. It's amazing. Like half the wins. Then when I grew up watching this guy, he's one of my heroes. I loved Ron Say, but Steve Garvey was the captain of the Dodgers. He was the best. He's 75 years old. Now look at those numbers. 2,600 hits, 272 homers. He won an MVP, knocked in 1,300 runs, and 6 seasons of 200 hits. That right there for me is unbelievable. 2-time National League Championship MVP, one with the Padres in 84 when they beat the Cubs. I remember that vividly. 4 Gold Gloves, not in the Hall of Fame. This guy really should be in the Hall of Fame. He was one of the most steady performers of my youth. Great ball player. Won 2 World Series, right? And he should be in the World Series. Well, he won in 81, I guess. That's it. But he should be in the World Series or the Hall of Fame. He really should. 75 years old. And now he had a little problem, though, off the field. He had some paternity suits when he was married. And that ruined his squeaky clean image of Mr. Clean. Yeah, he was no longer Mr. Clean.
Got someone else dealing with paternity suits.
Yeah, there's someone dealing with that currently right now. Go ahead. Do we have Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill he's going to have like 3 kids this year. Not him. That would be scientific.
He's had 3 kids this year. He had one in February, one in March, and one in May from 3 different women.
And there's another one. Yeah, so he's scoring off the field as well, ladies and gentlemen.
He's got 7 kids.
He has 7?
He has 7 kids. And all 3 of these kids were born from different women while he was engaged to a different woman.
Oh.
The woman that he just married like a month ago.
Are you serious?
Yep.
This is a reality show, and why has no one signed this man to a deal right now? This is why he runs so fast. He's running away from every lawsuit they're possibly throwing at him. Well, that's not quite Steve Garvey, but Steve Garvey, and as I Googled him last night, I didn't realize this. He always talked about wanting to get into politics. So he's 75. Why not? That seems right for this country when you're close to death. He's running for office in the U.S. Senate. So Steve Garvey, he might get the vote. A lot of people won't remember that he did some weird stuff. And lastly, about Tyreek Hill. This is a nice story about Tyreek Hill. He's a good guy, man. If you're watching Hard Knocks in season, he's awesome. Micah Parsons, obviously this is his rival this weekend, right? He left most of his players' tickets for Micah Parsons' family.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Now, he had plenty of tickets. I guess the moms didn't want to come.
Yeah, he's got plenty of family that he needs to get tickets to.
He had plenty of family tickets left over because no one really in the family cares for him. But he left a bunch of tickets for Micah Parsons, which is a good move. That's going to be a good game, right?
Should be.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some football. Alex, right, have you looked at this game yet?
Yeah, there's a lot of injuries that we have to kind of wait and see, but mostly concerned with the Dolphins' O-line that was a concern last week, but they got it done against the Jets.
Well, it was the Jets.
Now,
who have a good defensive front, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right, well, that's going to be a great game. All right, we should bring in our guest. It's quarter after. We're right on schedule. Listen, we talked about her being on the radio here in Vegas. She's been in radio over 30 years, working in Denver and Wyoming. She's all Vegas now, and you will see that when she comes in right now. She's interviewed celebrities from Aerosmith, Def Leppard, Elton John, and Bret Michaels, to name a few. Bret Michaels from Pittsburgh area. Thank you very much. Works with a lot of charities, and she's here right now. Steph MacKenzie, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everyone.
Her proudest accomplishment are her 2 children, and this outfit is unbelievable.
Thank you. I don't know what camera I'm supposed to be looking at. This is very fancy.
Yeah.
I've been up since 4. So.
Now, look at your nails, too.
Well, yeah, I'm very superstitious.
Those are Raider nails.
Yep.
Wow. Do you go to the games?
Yes, I'm a season ticket holder.
Okay.
Sir.
Have yet to go to Allegiant Stadium. I know. Wow, I'm always busy entertaining America.
Well, I mean, that's a big job, dude. Congratulations.
Hold up the nails again. We're going to go ahead and get a shot of that.
You are going to see Allegiant tomorrow, though, when you go to the Vegas Bowl.
I think we're going to the Vegas Bowl,
I don't know how to do it right for y'all.
It's a good
Let's see.
They look great.
Yes.
Oh, we're slow pushing. This is the most extreme close-up ever on the show. That and Jerry's Grinch face. What's that?
All right, good. Thank
Extreme
you.
close-up.
I look like Monster Mash.
So, Steph, and you guys go way back, right, Alex?
Yeah. So actually, Steph was the sideline reporter for high school football, and I was supposed to shadow her, which was like 10 or 11 years ago.
We don't need to say years, darling.
Sorry.
Hello.
And so Steph agreed to let me do that because she was working with my dad at the time, and we had met, and then. But you do the morning shows. So
I do, yeah.
You kind of just passed it on to me.
And my daughter was born, and so I kind of stepped down. I had to give up some responsibilities.
Is Tyreek Hill the father?
No.
Did we establish that?
No, he is not.
He is not. Okay,
no,
good.
Didn't happen this year. She's 11.
Okay.
So that's good stuff.
Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your radio
I was going to throw down some trivia, but you already did it about Bret Michaels. So I'm
Bret
so
Michaels.
happy. He's near and dear to my heart.
He's from the Butler area, which is about 45 minutes or so outside of Pittsburgh. I know he's a big Steeler fan. He's always wearing Steeler stuff on stage. So
supports the veterans. I love that.
He's a great guy. Yeah, I've never met him.
Oh, I have a lot of times.
Yeah, what a great guy. And I know he talks about diabetes a lot and how he deals with diabetes a lot. So he's really impressive, and he's a Steeler fan. And Poison, come on.
I mean, hello. How do you not love Poison?
I know. Back in the day, trust me, I never wore
He'll
the makeup.
be here in March, so I'm excited for his birthday badge.
Get him on the show, Bret Michaels.
Yeah,
we
need him. You guys do that. Let's go.
We got to work the Pittsburgh angle.
I don't know. What do you want to know about me? I'm usually an open book. I've been doing radio for a very long time.
Okay.
And it's funny in Vegas, this is a very small city. Alex and I's backgrounds touch on different levels because my daughter is in club cheer and Alex cheered for a long time. And her coach is one of Alex's friends. And I love being in Las Vegas. I've been doing radio for so long. It's kind of where I live now.
Now, were the Raiders always like your favorite NFL team or?
Yep. You want that story? Because it's one of my favorites. So I moved from Minot, North Dakota, where I was born, and I was an a-hole teenager, and my step family lived in L.A., and it was in 83, 84, and so we would go to L.A. once a month.
They won the Super Bowl right around then. Yeah.
Right, and so they had the big billboards all over that said commit to excellence.
Yeah, that's right.
And for the whole 4 hours going to L.A., it was like... You need to get your life together and you need to figure out what you're going to do. And you should commit to excellence if you do something. My parents were saying this in the car. I swear to you. It's honest God truth.
Wow.
We roll into LA and there's this billboard. Ooh!
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I have to do. And it was like a sign. So now I'm a Raider fan and I never looked back. And my mom said, if sons and dads can do this as a bonding thing, I'm going to do it with my daughters. So I have 2 Raider tattoos. My sister does.
Wait a second. Slow down. Back up. Stop. Hold it. Where are
I can't show you them.
Where are they? Can you tell us where they're
Front
located?
and back. You get them coming and going, baby.
And what are they of? Are they the logo?
Yeah, it's the logo on both of them.
And who are some of your all-time favorite Raiders? Go back.
Howie Long is my favorite all
Howie
time.
Long.
I say, I've been blessed in an amazing broadcast career.
Right.
And I've been able to do a lot of fun things and go to many different places and host a lot of parties.
Okay.
But I've never met Howie Long.
Oh,
I think that I might
this was
fall
building
over.
to a Howie
I might
Long.
fall over if he ever was around. I really am not kidding you. I'd probably just be like...
Well, when we hit 75th episode, we're obviously going to have to show Howie Long. He was 75. He went to Villanova, I believe, which is like not known for football at all.
At all.
And he becomes a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, amazing. And look at an amazing broadcaster.
He's great. He's
Yes.
great. And he's a very handsome guy. I think that's why you would probably fall over.
Well, I mean, there's that too.
Okay.
And he's very straightforward and direct, though. Sometimes I'm like, can you laugh a little bit?
No,
like
he's like the dry guy on that morning show.
So the stats and what they were, you're like, Howie, like you weren't like that on the field. Like laugh a little bit. You know what I mean?
And who are some of your favorites now currently on the Raiders?
I love Max Crosby.
I knew Max Crosby was coming. Talk about tattoos. This guy.
I know, right?
Ryan told me this guy, when he got all his tattoos, he was put under because he had so many done at one time. He said,
wow, really?
He was put under anesthesia. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we
That's
went to
commitment.
Enchant, which is a beautiful thing here at the Aviators at the Las Vegas ballpark. And we had gone there and put up our whole socials, right? And then because I care about people, not that I stalk, people say that word, I say care. I don't know why people always say stalk, but he was there like an hour before us. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh.
How did I miss him?
Listen, I grew up as a Steeler fan hating the Raiders, but I respect the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, I can root for the Raiders. If the Steelers are out of it, I'll root for the Raiders because in the 70s, the only teams you saw on TV were Steelers, Raiders, Dolphins, Cowboys.
Right.
That was like it. So I have an affinity for all those teams, even though they were rivals.
Yeah, I'm a Raider fan through and through. Now, it's interesting because as a woman, not throwing it down, but being weird, but people are like, oh, how can you be a Raider fan or how can you do this? And I could go on and on. We don't have enough time to let you all know that we don't have enough time of my experiences and the things that I have endured in the years being a Raider fan because it pisses me off that Raider fans are supposed to be these evil people. Do I look evil?
No.
Well, the nails. I mean,
I could be bitchy, but
I feel like she could do some damage with those. I mean, I'm just saying. But no, you don't. You're very pleasant. Yeah. I mean, the black hole gets a bad rap, and
not anymore.
Right.
Not
in
anymore.
Vegas. They cleaned up. They actually cleaned up moving to LA, which is amazing, or moving to Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
So they're playing the Chiefs now. This is one of the best rivalries in sports. So you got the Chiefs and Raiders, and it's a Christmas present for you. It's on Christmas morning.
I know. I'm so
at
excited.
10 a.m.
Fun fact before we get to the game.
Yeah.
So I have a boy and a girl.
Okay.
Obviously, my world, my life. And I thought having children, we were going to have these great little Raider family, and it was going to be so amazing.
Don't say it. Come on.
Who's their teams?
The Chiefs?
My son.
He's a Chiefs fan?
Well, I will
like
say this.
bandwagon
Let me
to
just
me.
say this. He plays football, and he's pretty much a baller. Not to sound braggish, but he's a baller.
Absolutely. Talk about it.
And he fell in love with Tyreek Hill, and he knows the plays. Right, wait, before that, this was a few years ago. So I was like,
I need to do that
cool.
drive to LA for him. And
So I'm like, okay, you can like the players, you could do this. He goes to Miami. I'm thinking, cool.
Right.
Thank God he's away from the Chiefs, right? Thank God. I dressed them in Raider stuff when they were kids and everything. No, he stayed with the Chiefs.
How is that going to work? Now, Sunday morning, Christmas morning, you're going to be in your Raider. I imagine you wear Raider gear a lot.
All the time.
All the time. And he's going to be wearing a Chiefs shirt in the same household.
And he is he's mouthy about it too.
What is that line currently,
It's
Alex?
10.
We have
It's Chiefs by 10.
It's 10 points, and the over-under is like 44.5. Is that
I
what
did
just
build
said?
him a
41.
doghouse outside.
41,
I mean,
sorry.
just
Down to
That's
41.
You
so
build him.
he has to sleep outside. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta be honest.
Is it red at least for him? Like
No,
his colors?
hell no.
Okay. No.
Now, do you bet on the Raiders? So we want to talk a little gambling here. It's 10 points. It's a lot of points.
So when I
In a
bet,
rivalry
I
game.
will bet with friends, and I will always bet win or lose, or give a little bit of points. But it's always in the favor of the Raiders.
Okay. And
Always.
how's that been doing
So
this
she
year?
said money line.
Well, I
you
did
have
win
money.
on the Chargers game.
Yes, you did.
Well, yeah, 63 points.
I
yeah,
mean,
that
hello.
that was an easy win for everybody, I think.
So who do you dislike more in that division? Is it the Chiefs or is it the Broncos?
Well, I'm superstitious, so I try and not wear any orange, you guys. None. Ever. I'm not kidding you.
Okay.
I hate it. Like when my daughter used to be on a team here in town that was orange. And I told them I would never wear orange. I said, I'm so sorry. I cannot do it. I couldn't do it. I said, maybe an accent on my shoes.
Okay.
But now, the Broncos have sucked for so long that can you be mean and hate them? And then they started winning again. So I was like, I still hate you. And I've had the worst experiences, but now I hate the Chiefs. It's like, I'm over it. And they have the better winning record against us. Like, come on. I think it's like 72-53
Yeah.
in history.
That's-
I'm like,
that's-
oh my God.
Pretty slanted. So, Alex, have you looked at that game this weekend, or what's some games you might want to talk about while we have Steph here?
Well, we can talk about whatever games you want. I don't have a play on that one, really.
Okay.
I
The
lean
Dolphins
to the
Cowboys.
over. in that one, but yeah, we could talk Dolphins Cowboys.
Yeah, Dolphins Cowboys. Yeah, that's the game. Tyreek.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. What do you think on this game?
I think he's gonna play too because he already missed a game. He should be ready to go. He came back 2 games ago, right? With that ankle injury, so I think he'll be ready to go. I don't know. I lean Cowboys here.
Me too.
They just got.
Well, they just got housed. Yeah, right. They just got embarrassed. Yeah,
they'll be ready.
1.5 points in Miami, so weather's not a factor. 50 points is the over. Now, you know me, Frankie overs. I like to see points. What do you think on that?
I think that's too high.
That's too high. It is a lot. That's one of the higher lines, right?
Total is moving down.
It's moving down. It's trending down. It's betting down.
Yep.
I would possibly look at the first half. We could see what that number is. Maybe look at that over.
Okay.
Come out.
All right. Now, we have games.
Are you betting on any of these games this weekend is my question for
I'll bet on a lot of them. I'll bet on Saturday.
Are you a big baller?
I am. I don't go huge, but the Steelers are playing. If I'm watching a game, which I'll be live casting on PSF app, PSF_app, I'll be doing a live webcast with my crew. 3 points. Steelers are 3-point underdogs at home. So it's a division game against the Bengals. We have Mason Rudolph, so it's like a Christmas present on Christmas Eve. Mason Rudolph. I do like the Steelers, and I think Kevin Bellenkoff or Big Al McMorty, who we had on the show, was telling me he actually likes the Steelers. Big Al will be on with Jeff and Sports by the Book and Alex in the new year. So I will bet the Steelers, and I'll do some crazy props because I'm a moron.
And who's your favorite all-time Steeler player? Because, the Steelers and the Raiders, I do have to say, that's a lot of big history and a lot of great players throughout the times.
Listen, I saw Ben Roethlisberger's entire career, right? So I started watching the Steelers in the late 70s. So Bradshaw, Franco Harris, I saw them play. But I saw Ben his rookie year and then saw him play for 17 years or whatever.
We had Brad in the studio once. He is like, all over the place on Fox and McKenzie.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah,
I was like,
right?
Do you need Ritalin? Do you need Adderall? Does anyone have it for him?
Wow. Yeah. No, and he's a big dude, man. I was at an event once and he was there and I was like, I'll meet him later.
He's
and then
fun.
he took off. He was only there to glad hand before this roast I was doing. And then I'm like, Ben left, damn it. I missed him. But this is a disappointment in my life. And then the Bills and Chargers are the evening game, and that line right now is around 12.5.
Come on, Bills.
Yeah. The Chargers, Easton Stick, who's coaching, this team looks like they've given up.
Yes.
What do you think, right, Alex?
I went over 42.5. Now
it's jumped to 44.
Moved to 44.
Wow.
But
that's a big jump.
Right time, yep.
That whole team had to have given up after everyone got fired the next day after the Raider game.
Well, but sometimes that brings teams together. It worked.
It
worked for us.
It did. Yeah, they rally around the new coach, right? Because now they're like, whole new attitude. But 12.5 points, and I know a lot of people are on the Chargers. I saw Scott Van Pelt and a couple other people saying, we like the Chargers, we like the Chargers. I'm like, how can you put your money on the Chargers? You have to go with the Bills, who are rolling.
Well, that line opened 14, so it has moved quite a bit. A lot of support on the Chargers. I liked the Bills' first half when it was 6.5, but now that has moved to 7. So I wouldn't lay the 7 there either, but. Yeah, definitely lean to the over. The Raiders put 63 up on the Chargers. I think the Bills have the ability to do the same.
Yeah.
I love me some Josh Allen all day, every day.
Now, Alex, you were outside Allegiant Stadium in that video we shot. You showed us, and tomorrow is the Las Vegas Bowl, and UNLV's in it.
No.
Or Utah. Sorry, Utah's in it.
Utah Northwestern.
Utah Northwestern. I can't get this straight.
UNLV has to play Kansas.
That's later on.
Soon, yeah.
So who do you like in the Las Vegas Bowl tomorrow?
I like Utah.
Okay.
I do, because we don't really know what we're getting with the quarterback position. I don't know if we're getting Barnes, our pig farmer, But
Right.
I love that coach, Kyle Whittingham. He's done a great job. They're a very tough team. They have one of the best defenses. So I'm betting on the defense here. I think it's 6.5. It's under a touchdown, but they are the favorite. And I just don't think the Big Ten West, the Northwest, or Northwestern's division, I don't think they were very good this year. So they haven't had a very tough schedule. I think it's the Utes tomorrow.
Yeah, the line's 6.5 in Utah's favor, then the over-under's 41.5. Those defenses have been playing really well all year, so could be.
Well, you went to Southern Utah, correct?
Yes, I did.
Now, can you root
Cedar
for the
City.
Utah Utes, or do you hate them?
No, I can root for them. Same red, so I could. But
That's odd that they're wearing
I
the
also
same-
have Northwestern roots, so
Yeah, they have the same colors. That's weird.
why is it weird?
So, because they're two teams in the same state.
But yeah, but one's Southern Utah's D1 AA. And
You're not even in. Oh, okay.
Well, Division I, but it's FCS. So.
I didn't even go. Yeah, I went to Duquesne University for a semester, and
and he throws in a semester.
I had a 3.2 blood alcohol level.
Hey.
Yeah, they were D2 too. They might have been 3 or 4. I don't even know.
Well, not D2.
It's just off the population for the most part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, Cedar City is a very small town. So.
yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
But they have do they have baseball still?
No.
Okay.
They still have softball, but the Title IX, no baseball.
I went to the University of Wyoming. They had baseball the first year I was there.
Now, the Wyoming, that's the Cowboys.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
Now, the
Got a lot
Wyoming,
of love.
the Wyoming Cowgirls played in the arena here at South Point yesterday, and I was at the game, and I did a report live from the game. I was courtside with Jeff and Alex yesterday, and it was a good game. They were playing Wright State. It was a close game. I didn't know who won the game. I had to leave to go pick up my car to get my brakes done. So I came down the elevator today, and I saw a lovely older couple with Wyoming gear on. I'm like, hey, who won the game yesterday? They're like, you missed a great ending. They won. Wyoming won. So it was a dramatic ending. And that girl I was talking about, Tess Barnes, finished with a career-high 19 points.
Wow.
I don't think this girl missed a shot. She was 4 of 4 from the three-point line when I was there. She was just unbelievable. It was a great – I'd never seen a women's college basketball game in person.
Yeah.
I watched a lot on
Really?
TV. I'd never seen one in person.
I was like fourth starter.
You played at
fourth
Wyoming?
string. Fourth string.
All right.
Never played really until the score is 100. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding.
Well, that's impressive that you made the team.
Not college. I'm just kidding. But I did play, and I can't believe you were never at a game.
A female game? No, I hadn't. I mean, in Los Angeles, I've seen.
You've never been to an Aces game?
Not yet. No,
We have got to
I
get
know.
you out. What is
Yes.
Not Allegiant?
I haven't. I
I'm
know.
leaving.
What is that?
I'm
She's
leaving.
leaving. Ladies and gentlemen, I've offended. Now, are you going to the game tomorrow, or you just go to football? You just go to pro games?
No, I do go to college games. I went
Yep.
to the Wyoming UNLV game.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, something fun for Alex. My daughter got taken down onto the field because a mutual friend of ours is the assistant cheer coach for UNLV.
Okay.
And my daughter was all decked out in Wyoming.
It's like that's always the awkward thing. I have a friend who's
Was it awkward for them?
Yeah, for them. I have a friend who's a comedian friend of mine, and he's from Pittsburgh, and he wore Steve Byrne. He's pretty well known. He was caught at a Dodger game wearing a Dodger jersey because he was a guest of a Dodger fan, and no one in Pittsburgh has let him forget about it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because they showed it was during a no-hitter. Someone for the Cubs was pitching a no-hitter, or the Dodgers, and they cut to him in the eye. So I went, "That's Steve Byrne." He was wearing Dodger gear and a Dodger hat. I'm like, "Oh, that's not going to end well for him."
Are you straight Pittsburgh? Because when I think about when you opened your show, I
Yeah.
was listening, obviously, intently.
Yeah.
You're talking about being a sports fan.
Yeah.
Because people probably, I'm sure for both of you, I know I've been around Alex and they ask her line numbers all the time, every
Yeah.
time we're out. Do you just stay in Pittsburgh?
I like a lot of other teams, but yeah, I am
Penguins.
Steelers, Penguins, Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates is a thankless job, but
I think that's cool. That's really cool because
All right.
I don't have that luxury.
all right. Super Bowl
Yeah,
prediction.
who are your other
Oh,
teams?
Well, my grandfather played for the Chicago Blackhawks in 36 and
Yeah.
37.
Very nice.
Swinging
Blackhawk
Bill
guy.
McKenzie, so I stay Blackhawks.
Nice.
And my late ex-husband was a Red Sox fan, and
Okay.
he got me into the Red Sox, so I'm a Red Sox fan.
You're
But
all
now,
over the country,
yeah,
all over the map.
I'm a jambalaya.
I like. I love it. Well, Steph, where can we catch you? What social media? Where can people follow?
Yeah,
you?
you can find me at Steph MacKenzie. It's MacKenzie, and I'm on all social platforms. My gosh, the next one that comes out, I'll be on that one too. I promise.
I love
And
it.
mornings on 97.1 The Point.
That's what we want to talk about.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in, getting up.
Yes, thank you.
I know
Thank
you've
you
been up
guys.
early. You came in. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
holidays.
you guys.
We're going to take a 2-minute break, and then comedian legend Bob Zany, who is at Brad Garrett's all
Very
weekend,
funny.
will be live in studio. Bob Zany coming right back. 2 minutes.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world. Our gaming amenities include over 60 table games and over 2,600 of the most popular slot and video poker machines. We have penny slots, including the popular Buffalo games, and real machines like Wheel of Fortune, 777s, and Megabucks. If you prefer video poker, try Deuces Wild, Double Double Bonus, or a variety of multi-denomination games. Or try your hand at one of the most popular casino table games in the world, Blackjack. Don't let the game intimidate you. Blackjack, also known as 21, is both easy and fun. And our dealers are always happy to assist. And the best part? Blackjack always pays 3 to 2. Next, check out the roulette tables. Roulette is one of the easiest casino games to learn, and so much fun to play. It's a favorite of both beginners and seasoned players. In addition to blackjack and roulette, our casino pit features over 60 popular table games like Baccarat, Pai Gow Poker, 3-Card Poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Mississippi Stud. So get out of your room and come join in the fun.
Hey, I'm Frank Nicotero. Welcome back to Punchlines. I'm going to get right to it. This guy's one of my favorite comedians, and I worked with him several times. And I remembered this in Vegas when we were shooting Street Smarts. You came on the show. We interviewed him. This is one of the funniest guys ever, baby. Bob Zany, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you just have to look at my name on the script?
I did not look at that.
Did you see that? He looked at the name, and all four of you. This is the worst jury I've ever seen. Thank you, Frank, for being here. I did do Street Smarts. Alex, what a pleasure. You're very beautiful. I'm sure you're very talented. But again, it's Frank's show. Look, the point is, this is going to be. I did Street Smarts, and I didn't make the air. And you told me why.
You got too many answers right.
I got all the answers right.
You got them all right. We needed people to miss
You
questions.
wanted dumb people.
We wanted fun people that missed a few more than you. You were too smart.
Street Smarts, baby.
Yeah,
okay?
You're too smart. You're from the streets of L.A.
And by the way, thank you for saying that we're right in the middle of the sports book. I'm sitting over there waiting for the show.
Right.
And a guy came over and gave me a hot dog.
Well, the hot dog cart's very popular here. They're $1.50.
It's $1.50. I just paid $4.50 for a muffin.
Well, you got to say, you got to eat the hot dogs. It's Chicago stuff.
And you send me a nice text. You might get a free buffet. What do I have to answer some questions?
I said I believe I can.
My God, this is like the ADD studios. You have so many screens going on here. Hi, how you doing? Look how short I look. My God. And then we're on tape delay just in case I say the wrong thing.
Right? No, it's just we don't have a dump button. It's just a few
This
seconds.
is a beautiful studio, though. It really is.
It really is. Look, I've been doing this just for about 3 months here. We just launched the show.
And we're going to miss you, Frank. You know, some bigger names are moving out this way.
Wait, what?
Marky Mark from the New
He's
Kids.
here?
Yeah, he lives here, so he'll probably come by the show. Yeah. Sure, that's on his list.
But we have monitors on so we can monitor the sports happenings.
No, I know. I think it's great, Frank.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a comedian, and what I do is I joke.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't mean to throw that off.
No.
Why don't I go ahead and just give you the over-under
You could do
on
that?
your career?
Okay. Oh, it's over. I only bet overs.
I got 3 of them laughing, and that guy just acts like he wants to work.
Who? Right. That's Ryan, who's our producer.
Hey, Ryan, you're doing a great job over there, man. Good luck
Thank
to
you,
you
Bob.
finding a replacement for Frank.
And then Jerry.
I'm excited to be on the Alex show. I think what she brings to the table.
I know. Exactly.
And I love the Christmas tree right down there.
That was
very nice.
How much do you think that tree cost? We always like to ask guests.
Oh, well, I would say it's $50.
It was $49.
Yeah.
It was $49.
No, Aaron and I, we went to a Christmas tree farm. They said it was 7-footer.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not a 7-footer. It's about this long stick coming up.
Yeah, right.
They count that, right?
Right.
$225 before everything else, taxes and stuff. And so we went to Big Lots and we got a floor model of an artificial tree.
There you go.
Merry Christmas to us all.
And so you're going artificial. See, I grew up, my sister was allergic to pine, so we had an artificial tree.
Oh.
So now that I'm an adult, I like getting the real trees.
Well, that's right. And there's a lot of baseball players who are allergic to pine tar. Look, the point is, was that a sports joke? Did I sneak it in?
Yes. Ryan,
By the way,
sports joke.
Ryan, I collect baseball cards. I have a Steve Garvey card, and I keep it in plastic so it doesn't get the other cards pregnant.
Nice.
So you remember that? There was like he wanted to be a big political figure.
He might be a senator. They're talking about it
He's
again.
running.
You know, enough time passes, you forget, you know.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see Hunter Biden as president. It's all going to work out.
So Ann is our director,
Hi,
and then
Ann.
Sean, and then Sean,
Hi,
one
Ann.
of our APs, and then Jerry. He's the quiet one in the middle there. We started the show.
Are you guys, are they on air at all or not?
We have a camera where we can see them. Yeah, they're there right
that's
there waiting.
nice. I think you're doing a great job here, Frank. And I think after this, when you go out and start cleaning up the casino, you give back to the South Point.
It's part of my job.
Do you understand? I did the Jerry Lewis Telethon, the national telethon from here for 7 years.
I've seen you. I remember you on the telethon.
Yeah, I was co-hosting. We did it there, and I also do the Dennis Bono show.
Yeah, he's
across
here.
the way. Dennis is great. He's just, you just bring up Sonny, and he stares at you.
So
they have the same last name, Alex. By the way, what you're bringing to the show is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for Bob
Can I get a little
Zany?
shorter here?
Well,
I feel like
your chair.
I feel like the tree you bought for $49. That's what I feel like.
You know, it's funny. I told Frank, I said, when he gets here, let's switch out because I don't think I'm needed for this
wanted her
segment.
here.
No, you are needed for this segment. You know what? My God, do you think I want to look at Frank? God, you're needed for this segment. What the hell happened? This is a great place, though. I love the South Point. And it's so conveniently located in the middle of nowhere.
It's the first casino you see coming in from LA. That's why.
That's right.
Stop.
That's a good way to look at it, Frank.
Yeah.
You're always positive.
I'm trying to stay positive.
I have a lot of questions on my mind.
Please.
Do you think Cleopatra killed herself because she was involved in a pyramid scheme? Let me ask you this. Does an itchy baker make everything from scratch?
Yes.
Do poor white trash go to the movies just for the trailers? Thank you, Frank. Did you get that,
Yes,
Alex?
I did.
But you're younger. You probably say, I shouldn't laugh at that.
Yeah, I
But you should laugh at everything, okay? And then we all died. Do you understand? I don't know who's protecting who anymore. But I'm very excited at Brad Garrett's tonight.
Yeah.
Derek Richards is there, Paul, and I can't pronounce his last name, and it's probably for the best.
Yeah,
He's hosting. You know, you don't
Paul.
talk to the host.
Right, you barely shake
just
hands.
do the intro.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. He's very funny. They're all funny. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Frankie, now, are you working here in town at all?
Well, Craig Shoemaker was in town, and I jumped on the bill with him at the Laugh Factory.
Wow.
and-
So I love the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And again, another place. You know, I've performed at 28 hotels in this town.
Is that right?
28. And there's two ways to get rid of a hotel. One, they implode it, or they hire me. We're going to miss the MGM Grand.
Now you had like a steady gig here for a long time. Or you're just here all the time.
No, I just hear all the time.
Yeah.
I added it up. I moved to Vegas about 4 years ago, left L.A. It was time. It was getting bad
Oh,
in
you
LA.
live here now?
I live here now.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I live in Henderson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and did you just point towards somewhere?
Well, it's right.
You don't know where you're pointing,
Henderson's
Frank.
out. No,
And the hair looks
Henderson-
great. You can't even see the tape anymore. Look, the point. You can do TV. You got to look good for it, right, Director Ann?
Right.
Just
She
look,
knows.
Director. I can't see her from here, but again, I added it up once. I had lived here for 3 years of my life, 1 week at a time. That's
Yeah.
how much I've performed here.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've done about a year shooting here. Yeah, I
you-
did a little over a year.
You
Probably
did something else here. I think I remember talking to you about it at one point, and then you never returned my call. And
not
again,
true.
I need to point this out to the people at home to think you're a nice guy. You're not.
I did Street Smart. We'd shoot 3 weeks at a time, and we did
Here
that
in
4
Vegas?
years. Yeah,
And where was it? Over at the Venetian?
we
or?
shot everywhere. When we interviewed you, I'm not mistaken. It was like we did Sam's Town. We did a lot of hotels. We did the Aladdin, which
It
is
was
now
the Aladdin.
Yeah, it was the Aladdin.
That's right. I actually I used to stay there as a kid. My parents would take us to Vegas, the kids,
Yeah.
because they were gamblers, but good parents because you bring the kids and then you roll craps. The point is, we'd stay at the Aladdin in the old days, and then I got to perform there. It was called the Comedy Underground.
Okay.
It was run by Daniel and Mario, and they were a juggling team, and now they're gone.
Okay.
They're all gone. Everybody's dying. The point is, I'm sure they're alive now.
So
Alex, where are you from?
Oh, yeah.
I'm born and raised here.
Oh my God,
Yes.
Battleborn!
Yes,
That's right. Home meets
the.
Nevada. No one cares.
Now, what was it like working with Jerry Lewis? Because Jerry Lewis was I loved his movies. I never met him.
I was very fortunate. He loved what I did. I did it for 17 years.
I know.
So I stayed a little bit away from him. I did do the warm up for the Emmys one year.
Oh, wow.
And Jerry got the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I talked to him for like an hour in the green room. And I really didn't talk to him. He was like praising me and my comedy. I went, my God.
Yeah, come on.
What else do you say to that?
Yeah,
I
that's
wish I
unbelievable.
would have recorded. It would have been a great podcast instead of this one.
Was he wearing pants?
He was wearing pants at the time, but when I brought up your name, the shorts came right off.
No, I know he didn't wear pants because he didn't want to break the tuxedo
crease.
pants.
The crease.
So yeah, the crease.
That's the old school guy.
The crease,
The
right.
old school guy.
he would just
Look at
say-
me. I look like an insurance salesman who hasn't sold a policy in about 5 years, and they're keeping me around for the white guy quota. Is this on yet? I do. I love walking around the casino, though, in my suit because people think I work here.
Right, yeah.
I mean, they'll ask me where the bathroom is, and I don't mind that.
Right.
I hate it when they have a complaint.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm signing them comps to the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I want to be there when they try to turn them in and go, hey, who's you? Jack me off. Can I say that?
Yes, you just did.
Bob Zany is not my real name,
not
by the
your
way.
real name?
Ask me that.
What's your real name, Bob?
Big Dick McGee.
Well, you changed it for showbiz purposes.
I did Rodney Dangerfield's HBO special.
That's where I first saw you when I was a kid.
And that was his favorite joke of the whole of his. He would go, "Man, it's the money piece, okay? Big Dick McGee." This is like early '90s, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching the Godfather of Harlem. Have you seen that on?
That's Forrest Whitaker, right?
Yeah,
it's on
it's
Epix
a great
or
show.
something.
Takes place in the '60s, way before you were born. You're
Way
probably born in the 2000s.
No.
Were you like a September 11th baby?
No, Ryan, when were you born?
2000.
2000.
2000. Wow, 1 year and then all hell broke loose because of your birth. Do you understand, Ryan? Carry that around and think about it. Anyway, the point is, so I'm watching it, and the show takes place in the '60s. So Forrest is talking to the CIA guy. Do you remember this guy?
No.
And he's asking about some guy, and he says, "Well, this guy thinks he's a real Big Dick McGee."
Oh, wow.
So not only was my joke stolen,
Yes.
it went back in time. Who can say that?
Yeah, that's impressive. That is really impressive.
Thank you.
Were you watching that, or did someone send it to you?
No, I was watching it. And I'm watching with my wife, and we go, "What the hell?"
They just stole your joke right there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's homage. It pays homage to.
It does.
Yeah, and
homage.
I could be, with stuff like this, I could be the president of Harvard. Look, the point is,
yeah, right. I saw that.
They should ask the President Biden about plagiarism, see what he thinks. Look, the point is, Alex, he had to drop out of a couple of races because of that.
I remember
The thing
that.
isn't it amazing?
I know.
The hypocrisy in the world. I think it was Socrates who said, "Isn't that sad? Everybody got quiet here like I'm going to quote Socrates." Have you watched this train wreck?
I know, right? I was waiting for some profound statement.
Well, I think I'm taking away from the sports element of the show.
Well, do you butt sports?
Not at all, and I really don't care.
Do you follow
I played
sports?
high school football.
You did?
I did. Yeah, I was on the line, and my position was left out. I was third string.
Nice.
So you sat
But
on
I
the
made
bench.
the team, the varsity team. I went out my junior year, and I lettered and everything. We were a championship team. We went to we played with Tom Bernansky. I don't know if you ever remember.
He was a
Tom.
baseball player for the Twins and Cardinals.
He won a World Series
Yeah, Tom
ring. And Tom
Bernansky.
he was the class of '78. I was class of '79. Greatest guy in the whole world. You just want everything to happen for him,
Right.
And so it was that type of thing. Nia Peoples. I went to high school with Nia.
I remember Nia Peoples.
Yeah, we did a film together about 10 years ago. We played husband and wife called 23 Minutes to Sunrise with Eric Roberts.
Oh, wow.
And we had a kissing scene. How about that, Frank?
What?
Never kissed in high school. I tried to pay her. Was that on?
Can we find this show? Where can we find that movie, by the way?
It's somewhere. It's called the internet.
The
and
internet.
what you do is you Google.
I
Google things.
I've been using Ask Jeeves, and I'm not getting good results. I think that's
very
the
funny. But I did go to your MySpace page, and it's really great songs there.
I'm still friends with Tom, I believe.
Are you on his top 6 though?
That was the top
On
6. That was a
MySpace.
big thing on MySpace, right? Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember it.
He would be.
Somebody set up a page for me, and I never looked at it. The point is, I have a YouTube channel. It's called the Official Bob Zany Channel.
Glad that we're on YouTube now. This is
You are.
perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
this is exciting. Go to the Official Bob Zany Channel. You can see a lot of great clips from my career, a lot of TV show appearances.
Yeah.
I did a Pat Sajak show where I was one of the Village People. It was a reunion show.
Really?
And very funny. I'm singing, dancing on national TV. Okay.
I did a pilot with Pat Sajak for a game show called Blackjack Bowling.
And
I was the co-host, and it didn't get picked up because
but he was a nice guy.
he was
wasn't
unbelievable.
the greatest guy in the whole world.
I got the he hired me for the show before I auditioned. I walked into the room, and he was a Cubs fan, and this was during Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire. So '98, they were the home run race, and I came in and I just started talking about baseball and the Cubs. I started doing this, and we went back and forth for like 10 minutes. He goes, "All right, well, thanks for coming in." And the producer goes, "He didn't audition yet," and he goes, "Oh yeah." So I do my audition, and the next morning I hear a phone call from Pat Sajak. It was when we had recording machines. It wasn't voicemail.
It was a machine.
It was a
And what you
machine,
do is you
Ryan.
call the machine.
So I could hear Pat Sajak leaving a message. We'd like you to be the co-host.
Oh,
of
and he
Blackjack
left a
Bowling.
message.
Yeah, he left it. He left
Now,
it.
how
personally.
cool is that?
That was really cool.
You know, some of those guys, old school guys. I did the HBO special, and I had a week at the Ice House. I wanted to invite
That's the
industry
best.
people, right?
Yeah.
And I call my agent. He doesn't return my call, right? I call Dick Clark. He picks up the phone.
Wow.
And Dick is saying, "Bob, I'd love to be there," and then all that. And I call Ed McMahon. Ed McMahon picks up the phone.
Really?
I call my agent. Can't get him on the phone. That's the business we've chosen.
Yes, exactly.
But he was old school in the sense that you do. I was having a meeting with Dick in his office in Burbank, and he called in the casting director, Eddie Foy III, and said, "Put him in that show." And that's how it was done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, back then. Now it's not. It's like you have to sit around a sports book looking for a studio.
What's
It's
the
all
Ice
different
House?
now.
What's up?
What's the Ice House?
The Ice House.
In Pasadena.
It's a comedy club.
It's a famous club. It's been around since 1960.
Okay.
And it was a folk music club, and then comedians just started performing there, like George Carlin and the Smothers Brothers.
Letterman, Shandling.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a great photo in my Instagram of Shandling and I together after their show, and he was a great guy too.
Yeah.
What?
I met him
funny.
twice. Yeah, he was amazing.
Very funny.
Larry Sanders was one of my favorite shows growing up.
Very funny. Yes.
So what's next for you for the holidays? Where are you New Year's Eve? Are you performing anywhere?
I'm actually at the Carson Nugget.
Oh, okay.
At Carson Nugget on the 30th. We're doing the Bob Zany comedy game show, and we're going to be giving away cash, and it's going to be comedy, and we're taping it. It's going to be a pilot that's going to go nowhere. But the point is, I still have hope.
Well, if you live here, maybe we could do the game show in the showroom here or something.
We should. Why not? You know,
we could I have connections now.
Well, you do, and the fact that you got me on the show means a lot.
Listen, it was because I was driving on the freeway. I see Bob Zany on the marquee for the Brad Garrett Comedy Club, which is in the hotel, the MGM. MGM, and you've always been one of my favorites. I mean, we worked together maybe a year ago. It was right after COVID. It was me, you, Aaron, and we were out at the Levity Live, the Tom McLean book.
Is that even open anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I've put LA in the rearview mirror right now. I don't know. I still get the Avail emails from Laugh Factory and Improv, and I submit just to see if. Yeah, well, I submit just to see if I'll get one because
and you don't.
No, exactly.
But somebody told me they have like a Sunday night showcase, and somebody got passed, and they sent them an email, and their showcase was going to be in 5 years. These people aren't even going to be around in 5 years.
I know.
Not the club. I'm talking about the bookers and stuff,
well,
right?
That's the thing with the Laugh Factory in LA the past 3 years. There's been like 7 different people.
Right.
So you get in with somebody.
Buddy, it's Jamie. But Jamie, we're old friends. Yeah. And in fact, Jamie hired me about 3 years ago.
Jamie Masada, the owner.
Jamie Masada,
the
owner. I did a bunch of stuff for the Los Angeles Rams for the Jumbotron during the game.
Oh, wow.
So we filmed it all around, and Sean McVay was like starting out and stuff, and it was really cool because I had this Rams T-shirt on, and I'm walking by. People thought I was a coach. They looked at me and they started saying, "Hey, well, how does it look this year?" I go, "That's great."
It's great. Take the Rams bet on us.
Yeah, I know.
So you have sports stuff. So you're connected to Sean
I'm
McVay.
very connected, but I'm not. Okay, Frank, I don't live and breathe it like you, where it just eats at you every moment. And and again, you're a degenerate gambler, and you moved to Vegas. What's wrong with you? Alex, you know this.
I go where the work is.
She said about 8 words now. Do we have like a tote board we can
Bob,
look at?
Bob, Tiffany. Let's get a Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Jerry's.
You know what? I'll tell you. When I did the telethon, they would play that after my set, and it just meant so much.
Yeah.
They would say that I brought that money in, which I didn't, but it's okay. It's a nice little gesture.
Alex, is there anything you'd like to ask comedy legend Bob Zany? I know he's filling the dead air here for us.
Well, you guys are talking about not getting the callbacks and stuff, so it's a very competitive field, is what you're saying.
It is. Show business I think the word's evil.
Yeah, that's right.
It really is. Because if you're in show business, you're pretty much a misfit. You don't belong. You know what I mean? Because you don't. Yeah. But if you work hard enough and you see the right people, you move to Vegas, you get a studio next to a sports bar.
It was
right
here.
by the snack bar. It's happening.
I mean, honestly, Alex, it's like if you're at a 95% failure rate, that's pretty good from auditions and stuff like that.
I heard something interesting.
Okay.
And again, I've been someone who's always, when something comes up, I'll say yes. I'll do it. I'll do it. Just to learn, to get better and whatever. But Warren Buffett said the most successful people say no all the time. And I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
and now I'm getting older and people are starting to call me up with stuff and I go, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think I need that. I just did a show where I got paid a lot of money and you want me to come out for $150 off strip?
Yeah,
no.
Right. No, you're a strip guy.
No. And by the way, I have the Dry Bar comedy special, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't. I've talked to the guy about doing it. It's up in Utah. You got to go up and film it.
You give me a call. I'll hook you up with my agent, and he'll submit you.
Well, I thought he doesn't return your calls, your agent.
I've gone through many agents,
okay,
Frank, like you have.
Yes, I got it.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they only love you when you bring in the money in.
Yeah.
See, it's not the old school. See, Alex, in the old days of show business, there would be a manager and said, "Kid, I'm going to make you a star."
Right.
They don't do that. They wait for you to start making money, and then they're interested.
Yeah, right.
And then they call you up for the commission, while you're looking for work for yourself.
Right.
It's a tough business that way. But
I don't want to end on a down note like that, Bob.
No, I don't. The Dry Bar special, 6.7+ million views already.
Oh, come on.
That's pretty cool for an old guy, right?
Yeah, it's great. Dry Bar is this website. They do these specials. They tape them all in Utah. There's no alcohol, right?
No, it's in Provo, and that's why it's called Dry Bar.
Yeah.
So, boy, you must have been good on those logic tests.
I do very well. But yeah, Bob Zany, and you can go to Brad Garrett's Comedy Club this weekend. I didn't know you live locally, so now that I know you're local, I'm going to come see you.
All my Spanish friends think I am local.
Local.
Oh, Cole.
Local. Put the L on the end.
That's a poquito español.
We're going to come back. We're going to close the show with the Parlay Farley, and Ryan and I and Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you write her name down? That way you can look at the list.
Comedy legend, one of my favorites, Bob Zany, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rock and dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grandview Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show. Every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grandview Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grandview Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Oh, my God. My stomach's hurting from Bob Zany, ladies and gentlemen. Check out his Dry Bar special. Check out the official Bob Zany on YouTube right after this show. And then you can come back for Sports by the Book at 3 p.m. today. 3 p.m. I got it right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Christmas miracle. So it is our last show before Christmas. We want to get some bets out there and some picks. Alex, who's been on fire on this show. I mean, unbelievable streak you're on of giving out winners. What do you like? What are you looking at tonight or tomorrow or over the weekend?
So are we not, is this not the parlay?
Oh, should we do it? Yeah, we're doing the parlay. Now, do you want to do one or two?
I'm trying to get serious now because we have
I know,
a lot
we have
of,
to get serious. We have to make
lot
up
of fun in that hour.
So last week's parlay, we do it every Friday. Frank, Alex, and Ryan. Parlay, it's a parlay. We want to go ahead and try to do something on the parlay. So Alex, why don't you kick out? Ryan, usually you kick it off, but it's up to you.
I'll kick it off. Okay,
Alex,
so we're going with an under. I'm sorry, but
you don't have to apologize.
I'm looking at the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans under, which can we get that popped up so I can see what the current line is? Sorry.
Should be 42.
We're throwing at you. Titans.
Seattle,
Seahawks and
Titans.
Tennessee,
yep. 42.
Okay.
Going under 42 in that one because no Will Levis.
No one knows who's quarterbacking, right?
We
yeah.
don't know who their quarterback is. And their O-line's pretty beat up, so they can't even run the ball great. On the flip side, the Seahawks, they're going to be running the ball, so they'll run out some clock for us.
And Drew Lock or Geno Smith playing?
I think Geno is.
Okay, Geno might be back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of okay. So you like the Tennessee and Seattle under 41.5? What do we have it at 42?
42.
Under 42. Okay. Ryan, my man, you're up.
We're going one leg, not two? One leg?
Well, you guys keep going, and then we'll see.
Okay,
I'll see if
all
I have
right.
another.
Ryan, you go ahead and say something. Go ahead.
Tonight, college basketball. I like High Point University, small school in North Carolina.
Now, what kind of research have you done on what are they? The High Point basketball team, right? Okay, High Point. Why High Point?
They're 138 in Ken Palm. They're playing against Kinesis. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're 179. But High Point just gave Georgia a scare this last week. They ended up losing by 6, I think. And the line is 8. So I do think High Point has not lost at home this year, and so I think they'll cover that 8 pretty easily.
Okay. Everyone's talking about Georgia Tech tonight. By the way, have you heard about the Ramblin'? Are they the Ramblin' Wreck or they're the Yellow Jackets? What are they?
Yeah, they're the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Georgia Tech in the bowl game.
Bowl game, yeah, against UCF.
Yeah, what's the line on that? What do we have on
in
Georgia
Florida?
Tech? All right. And by the way, the Carson Nugget is 20 minutes from Reno. Paul, let me know. And lucky man, Blackhawks and Canadians have hit the under the last 10 times they have played each other.
That is actually one of my plays as well. Under as long as it's 6.5 because
It's
it is.
6?
I figured it had moved down by now, but I liked under 6.5. I jumped on that last night, but does he still like it at 6? Let's ask him.
Lucky man, let us know. Yeah, he right now he has Blackhawks and Canadians have gone under in their last 10, so he's probably on the under. Reno Paul enjoyed the puns from Bob Zaney. Bob Zaney was amazing. I don't want to anger you two, but the strong play of the week that I've seen all over town, and of course the Steelers, Mason Rudolph, they're home underdogs. Okay, they've lost 3 in a row. There's no way they lose this game, and they're getting 3 points at home. The game is tomorrow. Ryan, you were about to say something.
You really think that offense is going to do anything productive
against the Bengals D? I don't think the Bengals D is that good.
George Pickens has shown that he's a quitter. And that team,
Jake Browning. Yeah, he's quit. I know they've quit on Tomlin. Trust me. I won't take the Steelers. I know I won't. The only other game the game I thought early in the week when I liked the Bills when it first opened. I really did. I think those are two teams going opposite ways. I don't think the Chargers rally around it. And the reason I'm also going to say I'm going to take the Bills is that is a home game for the Buffalo Bills. Do you think anyone has stayed in LA? Any fan? Everyone leaves LA for Christmas. That's the best time to drive around LA because you can actually drive on the freeways.
Well, and
They're
it's
empty.
a good time to leave Buffalo.
Exactly. And we mentioned that the other
LA.
day. That I guarantee when the schedules came out, a lot of people from Buffalo said, let's go to Hollywood for Christmas. We can get warm weather. We can see the Bills have a great game against Justin Herbert. Oh, wait, he's not playing. I like the Bills by 25. The Chargers may not even score. The Bills, they're not going to score 63. I think Josh Allen, if you're talking about prop bets, don't bet Josh Allen. He might not even play the whole game. I like the Bills, and it's a gift at 12.5 in my opinion, because I liked them at 14. I am going to take the Buffalo Bills, and that's a Saturday night game after the Steelers will win and keep their playoff hopes alive.
Perfect.
Which they don't belong in the playoffs. I love the Buffalo game, and as I said earlier in the week, I said that's probably the game I take because it will be a home game. That is going to be all Buffalo Bills people. It will be a Bills home game.
Well, and the Bills need to win outright.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that one seed
And seeds,
from the
yeah.
Dolphins, and so they actually have a chance to. They won't take the gas.
And the Chargers have a new coach, but also Easton Stick did not look good at all. You're telling me in a week he's going to improve enough to play against the Bills defense, which is better than the Raiders defense. And like we said, the Bills are clicking right now. That's a team, and I hate when people say this, that's a team no one's going to want to play in the playoffs. They are exactly the definition of that. I think they're better than the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs. I think the Bills are the AFC team right now. I really do. I think they're just playing well, and they're rallying around McDermott after all that controversy. I go Bills big.
Love it.
All right.
So
All
who's
right.
placing this bet? Whose turn is it? We'll figure that out off the air. Ryan, do you have anything else about Christmas? You're here. Anyone? Any Christmas wishes?
No, just Merry Christmas to all our viewers, everybody that's been working.
Yeah, everyone who's watched us.
Yeah.
I don't know if
holidays,
Lucky
be
Man. I don't know if
safe,
he
be
did. He
smart.
say anything about if he liked that bet?
He did. He likes it because if it's just 6, it'll push. So
yeah, right. Pushes
he
as
likes
good
it
as
at
a win.
6. Yep.
We really appreciate all our regulars. Frank, B-Town, Reno Paul, who's always there. Reno Paul will be doing the PSF Steeler webcast with me. PSF_app. This is the one Sean Salisbury is the president of. Alex popped in to say hi last week. So if you're done with your Christmas shopping, 1:30 to 4:30, we'll be doing the game Pacific time. We're back on Tuesday. We're off for Christmas. Merry Christmas to Sean and Ann and Jerry, our shredding Grinch. Follow Jerry on, dude. If you're a guitar player, you want to see the guy can play. Who's your favorite guitar player of all time? You. It is me, ladies and gentlemen. Thought he was going to say, so I thought you were going to go like Eddie Van Halen. Well, you're more, what would you say your style is? You're more, yeah. What's that?
He said he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He's really good though. Alex, Christmas coming up, family.
Yep. Looking forward to it. But Merry Christmas to our family here.
Yeah.
Very grateful to be here and have these shows going and everybody in the back. Chris Andrews and the crew.
Chris, Vinny, Jeff Parles, everybody. By the way, this is my 50th show. So it's an even 50 for me because I missed 3 when I was in New Orleans that you filled in. And so it's 50, but it's 53 total. We really hope for stuff. We're gonna do our best of next week. We have our best of moments. Some more great guests coming in and some of our regulars. Kevin Belenkoff will be back. I know Lucky Man wants to know that. But we really appreciate you guys watching the show. Please share it. We got 3 days off, and we're going to enjoy them all. But I'll be probably making notes for scripts and stuff, and everyone will be contributing to the shows. They always do. Everyone sends me clips, so thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is it. We'll see you after Christmas on Tuesday, December 26th for show Studio 54, which is, oh, my God, that's my age. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Punchlines live in Nevada every show. Ho, ho, ho.